So, recently I just talked to Mr. Brenner about some stuff that's been going on with scheduling.
What's been going on with scheduling, Bree?
It was kind of, it got confusing a little bit in there in the beginning of the school year, and we just had to clarify some stuff.
Yep.
So, let's go check out an interview that me and Mr. Brenner had. Hi, I'm Brianna Kelly here talking with Mr. Brenner about the new scheduling. So, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So, how does scheduling work during summer?
It's a fun adventure. it's a huge puzzle that we have to put together to schedule 1,700 students.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of taking all of the requests and building a schedule and pushing a button and hoping it works.
So, what are some of the challenges of making a schedule?
Some of the challenges of making a schedule, I think the biggest challenge is scheduling courses that meet one time. You know, there's only one class of a AP European history, or there's only one class of a select choir, and scheduling it so that the most students can get in those classes so that we can run them.
Okay, and so what if somebody has two AP classes that run at the same time? What is your solution for that?
Hopefully one of them is running more than once. So the process is that we schedule the classes that are offered once, and we look at different reports to see if they scheduled this class, what other classes are they scheduled for, and we try not to schedule them at the same time. We do the best that we can. Sometimes it's just unavoidable.
Of course. So I know some people took classes, they had scheduled classes earlier last year, but they were dropped during the summer or something like that. What happened there?
If we do not have enough students to run a course, for example, if there are only 6 requests to run a course, we can't run a course with that number. So what happens is we look to offer other options.
Okay, and what was one of the hardest challenges you faced just this year?
Just this year, probably the addition of the Keystone Classes.
Oh.
And scheduling, getting everyone scheduled into those classes, and in addition to the other classes that they need.
So who takes the Keystone Classes? Like, how is that scheduled into their
So if after you take the course, so whether it be biology, literature, or algebra, if you do not pass the test, if you're not proficient on the exam, you're scheduled into a enrichment course in that subject. And then that's a semester-based course, and after that semester, whether it be first semester, second semester, you will then take the test again.
Okay, and what would be some changes you would do next year?
Changes for next year, it's a process, and you just have to go through the process, and it's one of the things that we did this year is we continually refine it, and we continually write down the steps that we do so that we don't miss one. What I did differently this year is we kept running the course requests to get accurate counts, because if a student fails a class, they can't go on to the next class, or if a student passes it in summer school, then we have to, so we continually adjusted those, and that seemed to work.
Okay, are you in charge of scheduling? Who helps you with it?
It is myself. It is my assistant, Miss Christ, who is my right-hand person with that. And some of the assistant principals chip in, and it's a team effort.
So you're in charge of pretty much over 1,000 students.
Over 1,700.
Over 1,700 students to schedule them. How do you handle that?
It's summers things. You would think that they would be nice and slow and relaxed and easy. They're not. The goal is to get as many students scheduled as possible, and then once you have that, then you go through each individual student who is not scheduled and pretty much hand schedule them.
Okay. So how can students better prepare for picking their schedule for next year?
Oh, become informed. Become informed. Look at the classes. Talk to your guidance counselor. Talk to your guidance counselor and say, hey, what are my best options? You know, this is what I want to do. How do I get there?
Okay.
So that would be my recommendation.
And the credits for the VHS classes, which are our online classes,
Yes.
I know there's study halls in place of them. How does that work?
Okay, so we need a placeholder in a student's schedule. So if someone is taking a VHS class, they have a study hall. And then sometime around the first or second week in school, magically that study hall will disappear and the VHS course will appear in their schedule.
Okay, and I know there was a lot of changing of schedules in the beginning of this year. Why was that?
People decide they don't like the course that they're in. People decide for whatever reason, maybe they were misplaced in a course, but mostly it's, I don't want this course. I don't want this course, which is why when you originally choose your schedule, when you originally choose the courses that you're taking, why that's so important.
Okay, and lastly, why do we get our schedules the day before school?
The day before school. The honest answer, which people really probably won't even believe, but we are working up until that day getting the schedules ready. So we're not going to release anything until we are sure that we have the most students possibly scheduled.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, enjoy your school year.
Thank you. I'm Brianna Kelly here with Mr. Brenner talking about scheduling. Now back to the Eagle's Eye.